All right, y'all. Today we got some pretty big news for you. The console wars might be coming to an end. If you don't know, Xbox has been in the news for some very strange news to me. Interesting news and news that I just don't think is good for Xbox in general, in terms of the console wars or just people owning, buying the consoles, playing on the consoles. If you have not heard, they are looking to release, or there are rumors of them looking to release a lot of their first party games for PS5. I got a few reports here. We could just dive into this first one right away. Indiana Jones and other Xbox first party games could be coming to PS5. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but we'll start with this first section here. According to a report from The Verge, Microsoft is weighing up which titles will remain exclusive and others that will appear on Switch or PS5 in the future. Separately, Gears of War was said to be on the list of franchises being considered for a PlayStation release. Gears of War coming to the PlayStation is just crazy. I mean, Gears of War 6 is going to be coming out at some point. Do I think Gears of War 6 is going to release on the PlayStation right away? No. But that game and Halo, it's not said here, but Halo is also one of the games rumored. I believe it was Halo Infinite, but I'm going to guess, maybe they'll see the Master Chief Collection on the PlayStation. Who knows? But those Gears and Halo both coming to the PS5 is just crazy to me. It's not something that I would have ever thought of in, honestly, my entire life. Like, as a gamer, as somebody who was, or yeah, I would say was somebody who was a huge fan of Xbox over PlayStation back 360, early Xbox One days. Now I really honestly don't care. I have the privilege of being able to own both, but PlayStation is definitely better. And if they get these games, these classics, which still all have, somewhat functional online servers, even the old ones, they're just outdated. But it's not looking good for Microsoft. Also, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is reportedly being considered for a PS5 launch, but only after the game has had a rather short period of exclusivity on Microsoft platforms, possibly launching in December 24. Meanwhile, Xbox Era claims that Starfield could also make the jump to other platforms, while games like Hi-Fi Rush and Sea of Thieves were also in the cross-platform headlines recently. Now, there's a few things here. The Indiana Jones game isn't even out yet, and I don't know if this was always going to be just a Xbox exclusive game. I don't really remember that ever being talked, but usually when these games come out, kind of like Final Fantasy 16 did, or um, I don't even know. Just think of a game that was originally launched, like let's say Borderlands, even though that was Epic Games thing, Tiny Tina Wonderlands. They usually have there could be a contract with them for a certain platform before it gets to the other platform. I would say, I feel like it's typically a year, maybe more, before it goes to the other platform. In this case, they're talking about a few short months for the Indiana Jones game. I mean, again, that's a win for PlayStation. Hi-Fi Rush makes sense. The game's been out for a while. I actually never even knew that it was exclusive to Xbox. Sea of Thieves, I mean, I felt like they were a partner with Xbox. That one's kind of surprising, but at the same time, it's been out for so long. They're probably just trying to increase the player base, increase sales. I mean, that's what I think all of this is. This one's talking about Starfield, talking about the same thing, really. But I want to talk about this is very strange to me. I don't really understand the business side of this behind Xbox. I mean, there's a lot of people out there, and I'm sure there's a lot of you who bought an Xbox just for Starfield, and the game was trash. I mean, let's be honest, that game was trash. There's probably a lot of people who, if they knew if they had some type of time frame of when this would come to PlayStation, they would have never bought an Xbox. Why would you? Xbox, there's nothing the Series X, even the Xbox One had to offer. They've been making the same two games, and that's it. Gears of War and Halo. Both, Halo Infinite's campaign was trash, but both have decent campaigns, and then the online player base just falls off. I played Halo Infinite when it came out for like a month. Literally after I moved, I hadn't picked up the game for probably close to a year. Started playing it a little bit. It was fun, but it wasn't nothing like I'm gonna go back to it. It's just Halo. It's lost its touch. That Halo 3, Halo Reach days, they are long gone. But I have another tab here. The sales of Starfield, or the sales of the Xbox, were, inflated around the time when Starfield was coming out. Xbox has been struggling. Let's look at this one first. The PS5 selling 22.5 million units compared to the Xbox's 7.6 over the last year. When was this? This was December 21st of 2023. That is insane. What? That's the Xbox has nothing to offer here. When Starfield was coming out, there was some slight increases. 24% increase of the Series S models, 76 increase in Xbox console sales in general in the UK. I would love to see a metric of how many of these consoles around the time Starfield was coming out were returned, because I guarantee you there's probably a pretty big number. Maybe not massive, but like a number that would probably shock you, where you'd be like, oh, what's going on there? There's another thing that I want to talk to you about. Xbox went through a lot. I don't know if they really went through a lot of trouble, but I would say, Sony, a few other companies were trying to stop Microsoft from getting a lot of these acquisitions, especially the Activision Blizzard one. But they acquired Bethesda for billions of dollars and Activision Blizzard for billions of dollars. Sony not only did not have to spend that money, they also are getting these games still. We all knew Call of Duty was still going to be on there. I would say really every Blizzard Activision game. But like Starfield, the Indiana Jones, Hi-Fi Rush, Gears, Halo, like, it's just a win for them. There's probably something that they have to do, pay, who knows? I don't know how that stuff works, but Microsoft spends billions. Sony may have spent zero. They still get the games. A win for Sony, a loss for Xbox. It's just crazy to me. There's literally no reason for you to own an Xbox. Game Pass is the only thing keeping Xbox alive. And the Game Pass, it has a very good offer, I will say. There's plenty of games on there. I own it. I really barely play my Xbox. Most of the stuff I play on PC, there are games on the Xbox that aren't on the PC Game Pass. But if it wasn't for Game Pass, and maybe some of the old games that I owned, wanting to like kind of go back to play online with some of my friends, where again the game's just not on the PC Game Pass, probably wouldn't own an Xbox. I'm looking for good games, things to play, new stuff to come out. Sony does have, old IPs that they're still making new games for, but they're still coming out with new things. Xbox is literally stuck in the past. I don't know why they are going this route. I genuinely do not think this is good for them. I think this is the end of the console wars. I truly do. We've heard a lot recently from Xbox saying that, they're going the full third-party route. It's sad. I seen a post where they said the Xbox One was more desirable and more wanted than the Xbox Series X, and that's probably because the Xbox 360 was so damn good. People were like, hell yeah, Xbox One. I think most people would agree the Xbox 360 was better than the PS4, PS3. The PS4 was better than the Xbox One, and the PS5 is damn sure better than the Series X. I mean, it's without a doubt. You couldn't get a PS5. Yes, you had scalpers and whatnot. You could probably find an Xbox One relatively easy, even if it was a Series S. You could not find a PS5 unless you were spending $1,000 on it, which was stupid. If you got it, sure, it's still stupid. But again, that's another thing that goes to show PS5 is better. I would love, to hear someone talk about why this could be good for Microsoft, in terms of Xbox sales or just the console wars in general. I mean, what happens when the next generation of consoles come out? The sales are already so low. 22 million or round up 23 million to 8 million. What happens when the next one comes out? 30, 40 million to 2 million? Maybe that's a stretch, but it's not looking good for Xbox. I mean, really, legitimately, if you have not bought a new console and you're looking to buy one, me personally, unless you truly enjoy Halo and Gears of War, like you're still playing those games, there's no reason for you to buy an Xbox because everything is crossplay. You can still talk with your friends through Discord, and Sony's still going to get the same games Xbox gets. I wasn't even going to talk about this, but I seen somebody in Lyric's Twitch chat and said, "Where were you when Sony won the console war?" And I was just like, are you sure? And then I was like, wait, they actually might have. They actually might have. And Xbox isn't even trying. That's the thing. Xbox is not trying. Again, maybe there's some other mad genius plan going on behind the scenes behind this, but let's be honest. What do gamers want? Gamers want games. They want good games, fun games, new games, like new IP versions of games. We don't want to be stuck playing Gears of War 6, even though it's Gears 4, like, end the story at some point. I've said that. Some of these games, they go on way too long just because the name make money, like, just end them at some point. Curious to hear what you guys have to say. Do you think Xbox lost the console war? Do you think Sony won? Do you think this is good for Microsoft? If you do, I would love to hear your reasons why. If you like the video, leave it a like. I would say Sony won this one. From the 360 PS3 until now, console wars, at least between Sony and Xbox, they might be over. They might be over. Let me know what y'all think. Take it easy, y'all. Peace.